entertainment executives need to have a more personal, robust, holistic relationship with artists. What that looks like, some people, maybe 360 scares people. But if you sit and think about it, who was there when nobody else believed? Who gave the money when nobody else believed? Who put the time in? So why shouldn't they share? Now, if the entertainment company's not doing that, then they shouldn't share. I don't like passive participation in an artist's career. Nothing can be passive. It has to be active participation.
Yeah, y'all, and that was Kevin Lyles on his perspective of having a 360 deal. So what do you think about that, man?
I mean, to me, personally, I feel like two-sided with it. And the only reason why I feel two-sided is because as an artist, myself who's been through 360 deals, not just in like industry, but also like in the music industry, but also like, with writing and poetry and stuff like that. Like, I can understand from an artist perspective, and then as a businessman who's put out, artists actually underneath my own banner, underneath my own label, and, structuring their deals, and even the management side, I can kind of understand both sides, because, it's not like you have a person like Yo Gotti. It's not a person you don't have like that every day. Yo Gotti is one of the people who, he had a couple of albums, but he got more mixtapes than he got albums. Mm-hmm. He creates a street buzz that's marketable to where he markets himself that independently he really doesn't. A 360 deal, it only benefits him if he needs a loan. Like, you know what? I'm saying, it's your boy Yo Gotti. I want to go ahead and, I want to build a neighborhood. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and sign a 360 deal. I'm going to these cash real quick on the next album. You're going to call that shit, 32 O's, in the store. You're going to go ahead and do a one deal, 360 deal with that. So I can go ahead and promote that album, promote my artist. And then, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to build a neighborhood. And I'm going to rent them houses out. Get back to my community and make some money at the same time. Your boy Yo Gotti. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a situation where you got Yo Gotti making money off a 360 deal. You know what I'm saying? In a positive way. It's a lot of people who have deals like that. And then, but he has a buzz first. And from that buzz, from his name alone, it promotes him. Now, you take a person like, I don't know, let's see, countless people. Tiger. You take a person like Tiger, is like, dude, don't nobody know you. You somewhere hot. You know what I mean? Like, you like plug up the iron and make sure that it's on. It just starts to warm up a little bit. Like, that's how Tiger is, as far as buzz-wise goes. You know what I mean? He's not on everybody's mixtape like T-Pain or Wayne or, stuff like that. So it's like, when you're an unknown artist, I can understand him saying by, the label itself, the majors, they made you what you are. They brought value to your name. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can understand what he's saying when he says that, you do owe the label this money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, the label built you, marketed you, and everything, so why shouldn't they get, their points on the back end for making you, their artist? You know what I'm saying? The artist that you are. So now you can go out and market yourself and be like, okay, well, if Def Jam's offering me this, I can go over here and, do something else. You're marketable in a market now. Now you're what we call a hot commodity. So I can understand that, man. Like, I really can't, from a business aspect. To the artist, yeah, granted, you're not making, as much money, but that all depends on your work ethic. You know what I'm saying? If you're a person like, and I actually I have to really give it to this brother. And he's not even a rap artist. I have to give it to Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? If you have the work ethic of Kevin Hart or Lil Wayne, and you out here jumping on anything, everything, you going for it, you know, your work ethic precedes and is more valuable than money can buy. You know, I can see a person like that where a 360 deal doesn't affect them. It's like, okay, you made me a little bit, but I made me most. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use, it's not you made me, I made you money, because I know how to stay under budget. I know how to pay taxes. I know how to, I know what I got to do. So, I mean, you can't say that a 360 deal is just totally bad, because, I mean, it's put a lot of people in very good positions that they never thought they would be in. You wouldn't have the Jay-Z if it wasn't for 360 deals. You wouldn't have the 50 Cents if it wasn't for 360 deals. A lot of these artists, hell, down to what I call the B-label artists now, you wouldn't have J. Cole's. You wouldn't have, your T-Pain or your people as far as, like, I mean, the list goes on when it comes down to B-list rappers. I mean, it's a lot of them that, the labels, you being in Best Buy that one day at album release day, like, all right, I'm going to grab this CD, and this is another CD for $9.99. Who is this guy? I don't know, but it's $9.99, so I'm going to buy it. I mean, come on, man. So they shouldn't get a cut of the profit. I mean, how do you feel about it?
I mean, I did like what some key things that he said, and you got to remember, Kevin Lyles from the old school, man. He was trained under one of the best moguls that we had, and that's Russell Simmons. So, yeah. I understand what he's saying, but I'm conflicted with it, because I think, in my opinion, that I think it's better to have a partnership with a label than versus being signed to a label. I feel like
you're absolutely right with that.
Yeah, I feel it'll benefit both sides. No one really got the upper hand over the other, and you can walk whenever you want to, and the label can cut their ties with you whenever they want to, and no one really is using each other. You're helping each other. So I feel like if you're gonna do it that way, versus, like, I think matter of fact,
partnership like that. And see, that's what people don't understand. But understanding to have a partnership with the major, like Suge did, like Master. Hell, really, I'm gonna be honest with you. Suge, Master P just copied off of Suge. He saw what they was doing over there at Death Row, by opening up shows and, like, really seeing what the business side was. Like, y'all gotta understand, Suge Knight did a lot and opened a lot of doors for artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't never think that he's just some violent dude who, was torturing people for no reason. Dame Dash, another one of those people. They went and they got the artists their money. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. When it comes down to it, it takes, in the words of Diddy, it takes a little bit of paper to be in this deal. And that's what it is. Master P got his, he had a actual will that I think his grandfather, if I'm not mistaken, left him some money. And from that money, he went and put up the money to have a partnership. See, partnerships, it's not just, we're going to give you a chance. It's, what you got to put on the table, too. Okay, well, if I put up $500,000, or if I put up $250,000, I want y'all to put up $250,000. Okay, cool. Now we're partners. We have this deal, and we're going to build from this deal so that basically the stock of both your 250 and their 250 is building interest and it's building equity. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's commerce. That's change.
Right.
You know what I mean? Did the same exact thing with, you know, the money that he got from, you know what I'm saying, from dude Chocolate, dude did the, you know, Vanilla Ice thing back in the day, and, you know, some, you know, street money. You know, I mean, hell, Dame did it with some street money too. You know what I'm saying? And Dame, you know, he's a real dude. He'll say, you know what I'm saying? That's why Dame and people who's been successful tell people that, I mean, you don't have to be in the streets, but you have to invest in self. And by investing in self, you can put yourself in a better position to go at these labels a different type of way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at 50 Cent. Now he's putting out music, investing in himself that's coming for his home thing. It's not the industry is cutting him a check like, hey, you're independent. What you got? No, it's, hey, you know what? I got an album out. I'm going to pay Interscope to put this album out. I'm going to pay Yo Gotti, same way. I'm going to pay Epic Records to put this album out. Now, my percentage, because this is my money, is higher and is greater. But it profits them because they're going to get a percentage too. So, you know, I mean, it works, man. It really does. But speaking of Dame, what you think about Dame, man? Like, what you think about Dame?
One thing about Dame that I like and I dislike. What I like about Dame is he had a vision and he teamed up with some great business-minded guys, and, you know, one of them is Jay-Z and the others,
Kareem Biggs.
There you go, because I was going to say Biggs, but I couldn't remember his first name, but that is right. Kareem Biggs. And
hey, I'm bad.
they developed a stable of artists, and the label is legendary. It will go down as one of the best hip hop record labels of all time. And it's sad that it had to end the way it did, but, you know, Dame was smart, Jay-Z was smart, you know, they all walked away with something, you know. So you can't discredit none of it. But my thing is, I want to hear what Dame got to say. What's his view on a 360 deal? All right, so we're going to play a clip from Dame. He's going to give us his view, and we'll be right back. This is Universal Underground Radio Network.
If you're giving up a part of your publishing, a part of your merchandising, anytime that you're seen and you're giving up your masters, just giving up shit. It's a 360. Anytime it's more, you know, that's it. Yeah.
Giving up your masters.
Giving up everything. You know what I mean? You're giving up your show. If you have to sell any part of your show, any part of your merch, any part of your publishing, you know, and any part of your master. You know, like a record deal, they usually own your master and then they give you a percentage of it, and then you got to ask every time you want to be seen or whatever, which is ridiculous
Any
to
move
me.
you make, you gotta talk to somebody about it.
You have to, you know, some people, and then somebody would be like, they let me, and all that, but he wants to be able, what man wants to say that?
Yeah, so that was Dame, man, and
That's a lot, right?
Dame view on a 360 is basically, and I quote, this is what he said, it's giving up shit. Everything, you know, from your merchandising to your masters, you know, to your touring, you know, you give up pretty much everything that you agreed upon. You giving up some type of percentage.
And that's what it is.
You know, that's what it is. In a nutshell, that's what it is. But it just goes to show you, it all determines on what you want to do, what you feel is the best deal for you and your situation. So,
really, what your percentage is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
people gotta understand. Everybody And I mean, everybody in the game gonna work off percentages.
Mm-hmm.
Your agent gonna get 5%. Your touring manager's gonna get 5%. This person